Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're doing something a little bit different today. I'm going to take you through my gear setup, emergency stuff, everything that I bring up on the mountain on a daily. We're going out riding tomorrow, stoked, here in Kamloops, BC. So just getting the kit together, going through things, last minute checks. So come on in, let me show you what I got going on. Alright, so I'm going to take you through the gear first. So protective equipment, we'll go through my backpack, and then we'll go through this new emergency kit that I just built recently. Had to upgrade some stuff and take a little bit more into the backcountry. So take you through everything individually. First, let's start with the gear. So I'm running these Scott knee pads. They're a soft knee pad. It's got the D30 technology, which is like soft, flexible, and then hard when you hit it. It's the same stuff that I use for a chest protector, actually. This chest protector is nice because it's really thin across the shoulders, so you don't feel it when you have a backpack on. I've probably tried 4 or 5 different chest protectors over the year, and always come back to this one. It's the most comfy, you don't feel it on you, and it's been working really well. Next, into these shorts that I use. Snow bikers were sitting down a lot. If you've rode snow bikes, you've probably experienced a cold butt once in a while. I started wearing insulated shorts a couple of years ago now. These ones have been my choice this year. They're a Scott mountain bike short, actually. They got the puffy insulation, super comfortable. You don't feel them when you're riding at all. And they just, I don't know, they tuck right in there, keep your buttocks nice and warm. So the gear that I run, obviously, Scott Sports. I got onesies, 2 pieces. Kind of changed my opinion based on the weather. So lately though, I've been really digging the 2 pieces. It gives you a little bit more options when you're on the mountain. If you're having a fire or something, you can take that jacket off. I don't know, just been messing around with both and seem to gravitate towards the 2 pieces, but all Scott Sports and all wicked dry, wicked warm, super comfy. Diving into my bag now. This is the Scott E1 30-liter backpack. So this is an avalanche backpack that's actually electric. So I'm going to open it up for you. This electric Avi backpack has battery. It has AA batteries, and it also has a battery that you charge. It's a plug-in battery. So the AA's kind of keep the computer going. The charge pack is what packs the punch to get this thing out around your head and hopefully float you to the top of the avalanche debris. Going through this Scott backpack, we have the shovel handle on the outside. We have our 3-meter probe, shovel blade. These are on yourself at all times. If you carry a shovel on your bike, make sure you always have a shovel in your backpack in case your bike gets swept away or any type of emergency situation. You want to make sure that shovel is on your person. What else we got in here? Goggles. I like to pack a lot of goggles, so I pack 2 spare sets of goggles with me, plus the set I wear. So 3 goggles in total. You never know if a buddy messes up his goggle routine or if you drop a set of goggles in the snow. They're light, they don't take up that much room. Might as well pack as many sets as you can. Going through the rest of the contents in my backpack, I always have an insulated layer just in case. This is more of an emergency layer. I don't plan on wearing it, but if you get stuck overnight, you're going to want one. 2 bottles of water. I usually bring a lot of extra neck warmers. These are just tube sock neck warmers, personal preference. I have a little dry bag here, which I actually keep my gloves in. In here, you have a warm set of gloves, usually that I try to keep in reserve for emergency situations or cold trail rides out. I have a riding set of gloves that are thinner. Let's get at her. These are my trail gloves, thicker trail gloves with a squeegee thumb, all Scott Sports. And then the real thin moto style gloves for those nice sunny days up on top. All in a dry bag, ready to go at any moment. Radio I run is a Baofeng radio. Baofeng, Baofeng, I don't know, doesn't matter. Baofeng radio with a mic that goes up to my shoulder. This thing has great range, and I'm getting like 3 days of battery out of it. It's pretty cool. Last but not least, pretty excessive, 60 feet of rope, 3 carabiners. I kind of built this kit as a bit of an explore kit to kind of get into areas that I probably shouldn't be in, but if we go to those areas with the kit I got, we are good to rappel bikes down 30-foot cliffs, rappel people down with Munter hitches, do any kind of rescue within that rope's capability, and then it also doubles as a tow rope to get out. So a few different things that we can do with it, and I'm kind of excited to get in a bad situation and use it, honestly. Okay. Alright, so we've gone through the backpack. Time to get into the emergency goods. Oh, yeah. So I got a Pelican case here. It's a 1450. It almost perfectly lines up into the Yeti rack. I drilled through it, bolted it on 4 points, so 2 on that side and 2 on the other side. Silicone the inside to keep the waterproofness. It works. So yeah, let's check out what's inside. Boom. Get the close-up. Really get in there. So we got what is this? 800 calorie mac and cheese. I cannot wait to get into that. So we got the mac and cheese, jet boil. For food, I pack a spare protein bar. I also got an extra protein bar in my backpack. There's a slot here for a granola bar, which has a lighter in it. Also good to pack. Medical kit. This should do really good for any kind of dressings, cuts, lacerations, mostly lacerations. When we get into breaks, we have a splint. So between splint, I have tape kits in there, we have gauze, we have band-aids, we have everything we need to take care of most injuries and get some field dressing done. If the splints and the medical doesn't work, we got painkillers. It's always good to take a few painkillers up. They're just T3s, so nothing too crazy, but sometimes it gets just enough to get someone out or give them the, bring their spirits up or anything. Anything helps when you're in those emergency situations. All right, we're talking overnight stuff now. We have a not a heated blanket, but like a space blanket for overnight stuff. We got flare guns, bear bangers. The bear bangers, honestly, don't need. The flares I want for in case you are spending the night, you have search and rescue coming for you. They don't quite know where you are. Let's see, you didn't get a fire going or something. So you got the flares to pop and signal where you are. Matches and fire starter, basically. So these are all waterproof matches. Really big, actually. They work so good. Waterproof, stormproof. They got their strikers. Very good to have. So I have this along with my lighter. Always have a backup. This is a headlamp, actually. I'm not going to take it out because it's really small, but it's got a 10-year life rating on the battery. So in the storage mode it's at, they guarantee it for 10 years to have battery. Don't know if I'd leave it in there for 10 years without checking it, but always good to have some kind of external light that you, just in case you need to work on something or whatever it might be. Little Swiss knife multi-tool, my Yeti toolkit, which we'll get in a second. And then obviously we got, there it is, chopsticks, fork and spoon. Just because I always forget it, so just keep that stuff in there. So let's dive in to this toolkit. We're gonna do this toolkit a little raw style. It's honestly been probably 3 weeks since I've been into this, so see how much rust there is. Zip ties, lots of zip ties. Those things, they're lifesavers. Screwdriver, pliers, which need some love. They'll get working though if you really need them. So we're gonna give those some love today. Nice. Wrench set. So I have a 10, 12, and an 8mm wrench set, and then anything else, we have a crescent wrench. So that kind of covers everything. If you can get a lightweight crescent wrench, that'd probably be sweet. That thing's pretty heavy. 3/8 ratchet. It's best to bring one type type of ratchet. So if you're going to run 1/4 inch, run 1/4 inch. If you're going to run 3/8, so on and so forth. Bring the adapters and all the sockets so you can only bring one ratchet. Just helps keep things simple. 17 mil. Let's put that there. 13 mil. 12 mil. Extension. That comes in handy when you're adjusting the Yeti chain. 10 mil. We have a 4 mil Allen key socket, a 5 mil Allen key socket. Should be right here, Yeti tool. So this on that really gets you going for the chain adjustment, if you ever had to do emergency chain adjustments. Phillips screwdriver. This is something that I would like to clean up, so one screwdriver with a couple bits would be the best, and I can probably get rid of these Allen keys as well if I did that setup. So ways to make things lighter. Sled tool. Sled tool. This is for spark plug. 6 mil Allen key. 8 mil socket. And that's what we got. So here's the toolkit. Oh, we even got more. Wire. Wire is an amazing thing to have along, as well as tape. Vice grip. What the Crescent Wrench can't get, the vice grips will. One more trick to declutter this whole situation. I don't have it on my shovel handle on the other bag, but this is a shovel handle from my spring bag, if you will. So I'll have to do this to the other one. But tape, duct tape and electrical tape. So you just spool it off the one roll right onto the shovel handle, and it keeps it out of your toolkit, keeps things decluttered. This doesn't take up any room, you hardly notice it. And sometimes that little bit can be enough to get you out of the backcountry safely. So the only thing I didn't cover is a beacon. Obviously, everyone should be wearing a beacon. You should do your beacon checks with your buddies before you ride. Doesn't matter, be that guy that goes around checking everyone's beacon, because that guy's the responsible one, and he's the one that's gonna go home at the end of the night. So it's very important to do your beacon checks. Other than that, you've seen my toolkit, you've seen my emergency kit, we've talked a bit about riding gear. I gotta pack this thing up because we need to go to the mountains tomorrow. Pretty stoked to go riding. Me and Aggie are gonna go shredding. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend, and hopefully someone's doing the snow dance where you are. So have a good one. Thanks for joining my YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.